Welcome back. BMF Season 3, Episode 1. Here we go. We have a lot of new characters, a lot of changes going on. So this episode starts off with a flash forward of Big Meech and Terry in jail arguing about if they're going to take a plea deal or not. They're not agreeing. Meech is hot. He wants to take the plea deal because he feels Terry got him in this predicament by talking on the phone while the feds were listening. Meech told him they have nothing on him and everything on you. But Terry's adamant about going to trial and going with God. Make that make sense. So now we're in present day and we pick up from the end of episode 10 of last season, Marquisha being transported to the hospital after being shot by Saint. His family and his baby's mother arrive at the hospital and Terry tells them what happened. And he mentions Marquisha might not make it.
Marquisha? You know what? I hope that old bitch died.
Damn. We now meet up with Meech in Atlanta where he's introducing himself to the man that Goldie told him to meet up with. This guy can help him wash his money. His name is Greenie and he's being played by singer-songwriter Neo, who's definitely doing a good job acting. Back up north, Terry's crew calls Meech to let him know what happened with Terry and Marquisha. Terry's blinded by rage. He wants to go and get revenge on Saint himself. And Meech wants him to fall back and let his crew do it. Terry hasn't learned not to get his hands dirty yet since he's become the boss. Meech is at the strip club meeting up with some Detroit players that had already moved down there and already moving weight.
No, hold on, man. That's Ty Washington's chain. How you get that?
He was like a nephew to me.
His name is Stax, played by 2 Chainz. Singling him out because he's not a Detroit guy, he's an Atlanta guy. And he seems shady, and I think there's gonna be something happening with this dude.
Pussy ass Remy Ransom?
So they see Remy Ransom in the club. He's the one that shot Ty Washington, killed him. Meech and the new crew waste no time duffing him out. Seems like a waste of time since Ty Washington was like a brother to Meech, and Ty Washington's wife is Stax's niece. You would think they would wait for him outside and put him down permanently. But I guess we need him to move the story on, so let's move on. So Ty Washington, who was murked last season, was the plug for all these dudes in his crew. And the main guy, Stax, who had control of all of Ty Washington's network. Meech promises these dudes 250 keys are on their way, but Stax doesn't trust Meech and wants no parts of it. So this creates a problem with a lot of moving parts. Stay with me. You have Remy Ransom's boys and the Techwood projects. You have the MK killers trying to run Remy Ransom out of there. You have Meech's clique trying to reset up shop. And then you have these guys.
Red Dogs.
A wild police crew from the 90s that were basically given the right to do whatever they wanted to do to drug dealers. I remember reading a lot about these guys in the 90s, and they weren't just messing with drug dealers. Everybody was a target. Oh, and Marquisha survives. And Lucille still wants to move ahead with the divorce. So we're at the record store with Terry and his crew making plans about moving the stash houses and getting Meech's bricks down to Atlanta. And who is this? Is this B. Mickey? I checked the IDMB, but he wasn't on there for this episode, but who knows? They're still looking for Saint, the guy that shot Marquisha, and Terry wants to be the one to get him, but Sterling knows it's the wrong move for Terry to pull the trigger. Meanwhile, Detective Jen gets a new partner, and she's not happy with that at all. Do y'all remember Detective Jen, played by Kelly Hu from Scorpion King? I do. So we're at the studio where Meech finds out where one of the guys in the crew, Rip, he got skills. It looks like he wants to manage him.
Man, why you hustling when you cold like that, man? You got talent for real.
Meanwhile, Sterling calls Meech and lets him know that Terry wants to murk Saint himself. Of course, Meech says no. Have one of your boys do it. Meech's shipment comes in. He goes right to Stax to cut a deal and get him back on board. Still don't trust him. Look at the way he was looking at him. Sterling comes back to tell Terry that they already took care of Saint. Terry's upset because he's like, that should have been me. But he's like, yo, who cares what the streets think? Who cares what's going on? You are the boss now. You cannot get your hands dirty. Meanwhile, the detectives visit Marquisha to try to get her to flip on her ex-husband, Boom. They want her to say that he's the one that sent the shooter that put her in the hospital.
You got lucky this time. Do you really want your boys growing up without their mother? Is the dick that good?
Is worth every goddamn inch.
Well, damn.
Now get the fuck out.
Meech goes to pick up Rip the rapper, and he's attacked by Remy's crew. Then Remy's crew is attacked by the MK killers. And after they dispose of them, they attack Meech and his crew. A lot going on here. So Detective Bryant finds out that his son is getting transported to a juvenile detention center and tries to give him some last-minute instructions because his son is, kind of soft. He's a good actor, man. He does that really well.
They're taking me now?
There gonna be other kids there. They're gonna be watching you. Don't stare back. Don't even look in their direction.
How much older are these kids?
Look, don't let them see you cry.
He's trying hard to give him instructions that he knows his son is not going to remember because his son is not paying attention right now.
Okay? Do it in the shower or when you're alone. Otherwise, they're gonna think you weak and don't ever ever accept any favors from anyone.
He knows his son is going to the wolves and he is frantic right now. I feel his pain.
How far is this place? Am I gonna be able to see you?
Stop asking questions! People don't like it when you ask them questions, okay, son?
Powerful scene. And this is a scene I don't understand. Terry has so much money. Why is he bringing this girl here? There's many hotels all over the place you could have taken her to.
Boy, what are you thinking?
Now I know you done lost your goddamn mind.
You could have taken her anywhere, bruh.
For the night, she can't go home right now. And I got some guys waiting outside.
You know what?
You could have taken her anywhere. I'm done with this scene. So the detectives arrive at Saint's house and find him not breathing. Detective Jen notices the 2 keys, sends her partner out to go get the fingerprint kit while she takes the 2 keys and stuffs them in her jacket. I don't know how her partner's not going to notice that, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, Terry's crew is praising him for taking out Saint, which he knows he didn't do, and now he's feeling like a chump for saying that he did. Terry's also letting his crew know that they're moving out of the record shop and into a restaurant he just bought that's going to be their new headquarters. Meech goes to the club to go meet up with Glock and the MK killers to talk business, but Glock won't let him in. So they leave and get met by Remy Ranson's boys in the parking lot. And they drag his boy's lifeless body out of the car and drop him in front of him, tell him they need to get up out of here.
You ain't welcome down south. You can go back up north and shovel snow. We'll send your ass back in body bag.
So we know Meech ain't going nowhere. So let me know what your thoughts are on this moving forward. Let me know in the comments. And I'll be back in the next one.
Get her. Player to player, I mean. Games that you playing, I seen. The chance that I'm taking, I mean. These things that I'm saying, I'm sorry.